Good afternoon once again, everybody, and welcome back to The Drive. It is The Drive at 5. Great to have you with us on Maine Sports Leader 92.9 The Ticket. I'm Jim Churchill, joining you from Orono. We are at Orono Brewing Company, 61 Margin Drive here in Orono. Mark Paulette back in the Greenway Equipment Studios. I was whining in the first hour, Mark, about the heat and humidity here, but we've had a little bit of a breeze making its way through our broadcast position here, and I'm sure you're quite comfortable back there in the Greenway Equipment Studios.
I mean, it is 78 in here, according to the shot clock that we've installed up in the corner, but the computer says a steamy 92 outside, so yeah, a little more palatable.
Wow. All right. I have another special guest with me here. Joining me to my right, Abe Firth, one of the owners here at Orono Brewing Company. Abe, thanks for taking some time to join us here, and thanks for hosting UMaine Athletics and the Ticket here today.
We're happy to have you. Thanks for coming, Jim, and always love having UMaine Athletics here at the brewery.
Talk a little history here about Orono Brewing Company and how things got started and how they have developed over the last 10 years or so.
Sure. I have 3 business partners. We all went to University of Maine.
There you go.
We decided to start the brewery in 2014, and we were one of the smallest breweries in the state at that point. And we've grown every year. Now our flagship beer is Tubular. That's the #1 selling IPA in Maine now. And we have really loved just being part of the University of Maine ecosystem, and being here in Orono has been awesome.
And who are those other owners, and kind of how have you divvied up the responsibilities?
Yeah, it's been really nice. We have Mark, Asa, and Heather, and we all do very different things. So
you were saying they keep you away from the beer.
Yeah, I've never brewed beer.
The brewing.
I can't start now. So Asa runs the production side, and Mark is heavily involved in the sales side, and Heather runs the finance side, and I am doing the brand management with marketing and the distribution relationships.
Now, are you from this area, or did you come from
We're all from Maine.
Yeah.
I was originally from the Lubec area.
Okay, wow.
One of the 5 or 6 people.
Right down there.
And then I moved to Augusta, went to Coney.
Went to the big city.
Heather grew up in Bangor. Asa grew up in Sydney. Okay. And Mark is from southern Maine as well as Bar Harbor.
Okay.
So then we all came to Maine to
Did you all
college.
Graduate together?
Yeah, within a few years.
Okay.
Ace is a few years younger than us, but Ace actually went to UMF in Farmington.
Okay. Yep.
And the rest of us went to the school here in Orono. And actually, I met Heather in college, and not only is she my business partner, but we're also married. So we can thank University of Maine
I made that
for
assumption, but I'm glad you clarified that for everybody.
It was an important choice for me to come to Orono to meet my wife and find a real love for getting into business as well. We started our first business, which was Woodman's Bar and Grill, back in 2005.
Okay. Yes. Yep. And just talk about your relationship with the University of Maine. I know you do a lot of great things to not only promote UMaine Athletics and the university in general, but you provide a little help when you can.
Yeah, I mean, for us, the UMaine Athletics is such a huge part of what makes Orono special and what makes Maine special. There's fans all over the state. I travel all over Maine. I'm constantly running into alumni and to athletics fans wherever I am, far south, north, east, west. And so we're very proud to be sponsors and to support the Alphon Fund and to work with athletics and to have the official craft beer of the University of Maine Athletics, as well as Hop Water, which is a zero alcohol, 0 calorie drink that we make. So for us, game days, tailgating, going to Alphon, going to support the student athletes and cheer them on. Getting to know the parents, the people that come up from all over the country or the world to play here and be part of it is really special. And then the best fans ever. So for us, it's just an incredibly important part of our business.
It's a natural. And you mentioned the University of Maine Athletics. That's Go Black Bears IPA.
Yeah, let's go Black Bears.
Let's go Black Bears IPA.
Yep.
And talk. I mean, what? Tell us about the restaurant here and the tasting room and all that you got going on.
Yeah, so we're down here at 61 Margin Street. It's an old concrete plant that we bought back in 2017 or so. and very fortunate that we have 7 acres with tons of parking, and it's a fast casual experience. So you order at the bar, you get a buzzer if you get food, you pick it up. It makes it very easy for large groups, and we get swamped before games, and we're ready for it, and it makes it just a great experience for everybody. But yeah, we're open Wednesday through Sunday, and it's just a big part of our brand to have people kind of come see where the beer is made and what it's like hanging out at an old concrete plant down by the river in Orono.
And you got the restaurant inside behind us, and in front of us here, you got the beer hut. You got a stage. You're going to have some live music here tonight.
Yeah, we have live music every Friday during the summer, and outside is friendly for dogs. People love bringing kids here because they can run around. It's really a fun family vibe, and we love meeting people that are coming to visit the university, and then also having a ton of regulars as well.
And the train went by about an hour ago.
The train's pretty active. We're right down here by the Penobscot River. So there's a lot of history here, and there's a lot of history close by with industry that is no longer in existence. So it's been fun to bring manufacturing back to this part of Orono.
What about the R&D? You working on anything new? Do you want to work on anything new? Is that just a regular thing that goes that happens over the course of a year?
Yeah, we're always keeping our eyes open, but we did a lot of. We did 2 new products this year that had a huge impact on our business. Our Summer Ale and our Maine Life Pale Ale have both been huge hits. Then 4 or 5 years ago, we developed the Wild Maine Vodka Seltzer brand. And then also a couple years ago, we developed the Wicked Maine Blueberry Ale that we do with Wyman's. Wyman's makes it, they grow the best blueberries in the country, in the world. So very happy to be working with them on a delicious blueberry beer celebrating Maine's favorite fruit. But yeah, so long story short, we've done a lot of innovation, and at this point we're 100% brewing to capacity, while making sure we never out of stock anybody, and make sure that our flagship tubular is always fresh but always available. So you never know what comes next, but we're very happy with a very well-rounded portfolio right now.
How far is the reach for Orono Brewing Company?
All of Maine, New Hampshire, Massachusetts, and then we skip right and go to New York City. One of my favorite cities. I'm really excited for the hockey game in New York City this winter. Yeah. It's a couple days after Thanksgiving, right? So we're trying to get down there for it though, and we'll definitely partner with one of the restaurants and bars we work with, and with the Alumni Association and athletics to have a place for a bunch of the Maine fans to gather in New York City before the game.
And as a former University of Maine student, obviously a supporter of Maine Athletics, I heard you talking, I think it was with Chris Markwood before 4 o'clock, and you were just talking about the excitement around the facilities. And, people who haven't been at the University of Maine, I hear this all the time. They had a baseball alumni group come in at the tail end of the season, all the College World Series teams, and a lot of them had not been to the University of Maine in so long. And to see what was going on there when it comes to facilities was pretty shocking to them.
Yeah, it's amazing the stuff that's under construction now, and then what was accomplished in the last couple of years. I talk to people that are playing pro hockey now that say that our facilities are better than some of the pro facilities, and that's just such an awesome thing to have. So happy for the coaches and the athletes to be able to experience world-class facilities. Yep. And it's fun to show it off to people that visit as well, and I know there's a lot of alumni that are excited to get behind it. We last year we developed a $100,000 goal to go towards the Alphon Fund in support of those facilities, and we've had some great companies like Zackow Construction down in Portland get on board. So it's been nice to see alumni step up and really support so much of what's happening here.
We've talked about the process, the products, obviously people. You mentioned your partners, but you mentioned off air that you've got kind of a natural recruiting situation with the University of Maine just a few miles up the road.
Yeah, absolutely. We have an awesome leadership team here, and we have great employees with so many students that want to work their way through college, and they're just hardworking, great people that are happy to be here for 10, 15, 20, 30 hours a week while also going to school, right, which is what we all did too. So that's right. It's we're very lucky that we have a lot of great people that want to work here.
All right. Abe, pleasure talking with you, learning more about Orono Brewing Company. Thanks for hosting us here today, and good luck with the business, and go Black Bears.
Thank you so much. Thanks
All
for being here.
All
Take
right.
care.
Abe Firth, one of the owners of Orono Brewing Company. We are broadcasting live from 61 Margin Street in Orono. If you're out and about, open till 10 p.m. tonight. Orono Brewing Company. Stop on and enjoy some live music and some great beer, some great food as well. And we're going to take a time out here. Before we do that, I'll remind you we're brought to you by Next Home Experience, the market leader. Get looped and get sold with Next Home Experience. Also brought to you by Hero Sports Grill and Entertainment Center in downtown Bangor and Acadia Federal Credit Union. Their newest location, open on Wilson Street in Brewer. They've been serving Maine since 1963. 2 locations in Bangor as well and Aroostook County. Learn more at acadiafcu.org. We will return in a matter of moments, and we'll be joined by Ben Barr, UMaine men's ice hockey coach. He'll be with us next here on The Drive.
Good.
Welcome back to The Drive. Hope you're having a great Friday afternoon. Hopefully, wherever you are staying cool. Not the case for us hard-working folk up here at Orono Brewing Company. Joining me, another special guest, UMaine men's hockey coach Ben Barr. And, Coach, this has to be one of the hottest of the year.
Well, we just had a little breeze come through. That was nice.
It wasn't much.
A little bit of just a breath of a breeze, and it really changes the whole dynamic. But it is hot. It is a warm one tonight.
You enjoyed it for a few seconds.
Yeah.
So talked with you, I guess it was about a month ago. What has transpired since then? I guess, guys, summer school is going to come to an end here shortly?
Yeah, 2 more weeks of that,
Yep.
and then a little break. So, I can't remember. When was that a month ago already?
It was about a month
So I think
ago,
the guys had just maybe arrived.
Yeah.
So, it's been good. They've been working hard, and we're not on the ice with them or anything, but watching them, around the rink during the day, and they're in the weight room, they're on the track, so they're working hard,
Getting the work done.
Yep.
Now, when do things really? When do you really dig in?
When school starts is when we can actually practice.
Okay.
So right now we're just kind of there for support. Our strength coach Drew Bowers and Paulie Kalina, Kevin Ritz are here. They're the whole crew. Our trainer, equipment manager, Drew Bowers, our strength coach. We have different skills coaches that come in and work with the guys on the ice. So we're just kind of there to cheer them on at this point, But once school starts, it's a little different.
Moral support.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
We talked about this with Coach Markwood. Talk about your schedule. Obviously, one of the highlights is it's Colgate, right? You're playing at MSG? Cornell.
Yep. Cornell.
It was one of the C's.
Yep. You're close.
But that's got to be a highlight of your.
Yeah, I think we have 7 non-conference home, so we have more dates at the Alphon this year, that's always nice for the community and for us. Our 3 non-conference games are, you have that one game down at Madison Square Garden, and then we have 2 at Holy Cross to start the season. So, it's a home-heavy schedule this year, which is always good, and obviously our hockey games are always difficult. So, Quinnipiac coming back again, and they'll be probably a top 5 team right from the start of the season. So that'll be a great series. I think that's the second week of the year. So, should be challenging, should be fun.
Talk about the mechanics of building a schedule, especially the non-conference schedule, when it starts, and just the whole process.
Yeah, well, we have 10. Every league's a little different. We have 10. We play 24 league games, so we have 10 non-league games, which you can really do anything you want with. So every school probably views those things a little bit different. For us, it's home games are always a benefit. You want to get good competition in home games. We feel we can do both of those things usually, because what allows us to do that is because the Alphon, people want to come play at the Alphon, and financially it makes sense to play at the Alphon, so it's, our community support allows us really to, we can, offer guarantees for teams to come up and play us for 2 games, and it's financially beneficial for them, and it's financially beneficial for us. And in our world right now of college athletics, all those things.
Anything that's financially beneficial.
Yeah, well, it's
good.
It's a bit, there's a business aspect to this thing, and that's a big part of it when you have, when you have 5,000 people that'll come every night, and, that's there's a financial aspect of that, which allows us to get, the Colgates and the Quinnipiacs, and Miami's coming up here this year from
Nice.
Ohio. So those are fun games for them, and they're good for us and good for the athletic department. Bottom line.
I think one of the frustrating things with last year's schedule, you hit that huge gap where you were not playing at Alfond Arena.
Yeah,
I didn't see that this year. I don't believe.
No, I don't think we had that.
Yeah.
That was just, I think, more. I mean, we played right before the end, and then our last series for Christmas was Lindenwood at home, and then we didn't have maybe till
Yeah, it was heavy at the beginning and heavy at the end. But I
think that was more of a league thing.
Okay.
Right after. Oh, yeah, we went to Denver right after Christmas. So, and then we had a couple league weekends maybe on the road. So it was a while,
Yeah.
So.
You mentioned Alfond Arena, and people want to play there. We know how exciting it is for the Black Bears to play there. What is the closest arena to Alfond Arena? What is close to that atmosphere?
I think, honestly, it's probably Cornell. We don't play Cornell. They're not in our league, but they have a Lina rink is, I played in the ECAC, and I coached in the ECA Union, played at RPI, so that was a big rival of ours, and they were always a great team. It's I don't know if it's 3,000 or 4,000, but it is old, and everyone's right on top of you. It's very similar to that. There's other rinks out there, obviously, that are newer, great atmospheres and stuff, but it's hard to. I don't think you can build a newer rink right now and have everybody up as close to the game. You wouldn't have that student section hanging over the ice, and then there's both. I don't think you can do that anymore. So those type of buildings are few and far between. But Cornell is actually very similar to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Roster. Give us some highlights.
I think we just have a hardworking group of guys, and
we touched upon this a little bit last time that things, we had a plan going into last year, didn't necessarily play out maybe as you would have hoped or expected. The culture, guys working hard, guys working together. I hear you talk about that a lot. Well,
in hockey now, this is obviously the world has changed in the NCAA world a lot, but in hockey we have we talked about the CHL last year, 3 leagues of players from Canada that were never eligible for us that became eligible. So this rule change, not only do you have transfer portal and revenue sharing and NIL money, now we have 3 new leagues of phenomenal
more
hockey. So
chaos.
Everybody is good. Yeah, I guess my point is so that what is going to be what can set us apart when knowing that everyone we play is on paper just as good as us. It has to be those intangible things, and having a bunch of guys that are good people and care about each other and we're willing to sacrifice for each other and take the ego out of it a little bit. It's a really easy thing to talk about. It's really, really hard to do. It's always been really, really hard to do, and now in this world where every year it's just free agency and your money's it's changed that dynamic a little bit. So we're all learning. It's not unique to us. We're all learning how to manage it a little bit.
Talked with Coach Markwood about his coaching staff, and I gave him a pat on the back because he's been able to keep that whole staff together since he first came here, which is not the easiest thing to do.
Yeah, a couple of our guys there. They must have just got off the golf cart. Look at the rollerblades here, Loic Usero.
All right.
Yeah.
But just talk about your staff and their roles and what support they bring to the – is the whole team coming?
I don't know. Maybe. They're just all here to make fun of me maybe or something, There's Petey. Look at this. Yeah, they're all – yeah, they're I think they got –
literally rolling in.
I think they got off the golf course and headed over here. They actually saw them here a couple of weeks ago, too. They were here. They have dinner on Friday. They work hard during the week, and then they come over here and maybe have dinner. There's another one. Alex Bales right there. Yeah. So – sorry, I interrupted your
That's
question.
All right. No,
yeah.
It's good to see the boys out here.
Yep.
Speaking of that, boys, just goes with hockey. Mm-hmm. Where you call them the boys?
We call the guys the boys. Yeah, that's just locker room talk, I guess.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
About your assistant coaches?
Alfie Michaud's played here, been here a long time.
Yep.
So he's he works with the goalies and penalty kill. Rick Bennett, who was new last year. I actually was the head coach at Union back in the day. Him and I were assistants together at Union. He's going into his second year. He's awesome. Just bought a house. His wife moved up here. She was back in New York last year. Yep. So that's good. John O'Connor was new last year for us, more on the recruiting side of things, kind of almost a general manager type role. So he's going into his second year. Nick Fonzie, who's our hockey ops guy, does everything for us, technology-wise, everything. Travel, takes care of logistics for everybody. And then Kevin Ritz, Paul Kalina, they're actually here right now, and Drew Bowers.
Paul is an institution.
Paul is 30-plus years. He's sitting over there in his nice purple shirt. He was on vacation this week, so this is the first time I've seen him.
He's on vacation.
Yeah, he's living life. But yeah, those guys are. There's Ritzy right there too. So we got a great group of people. I think they take care of our guys, which is good. So it does feel like a family. You always try to. It's a cliche, and you always say that, and welcome to the family. But the closer we can make it feel like that, the closer we'll be come game time too.
Where's Brooksy?
He's gone. My wife Tara came and picked him up.
Got him?
He had a party.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. He's scared of you, so he was like, "I'm out of here." He's like, "I'm not going on that radio after last time." So yeah,
we almost had him. We could have got him over that hump.
I think
Brooks,
he would actually
Coach
love it.
Barr's son, one of his sons.
Yep.
Just got to get him over that hump. I don't know. He walked in to our left, and he was with you. And he took a peek around that pole of the canopy, and he saw the equipment. He saw me, and he quickly.
So we were inside. I didn't know you were here today either, because when I walked in, I didn't see the booth either, and we were inside. And someone came over and was like, "Hey, you're going to go on at this time." Okay, no problem. He's like, "What are you talking about?" Well, radio's here again. And he goes, I go, "You're going to come with me." So his face went white. He's not out, so someday.
Yeah. We'll make it happen here someday. But all right, Coach, we'll let you get back to your Friday night. Go over and hang out with the team,
the guys, and
they got a couple of picnic tables. And
it's hot over there. This is the place to be under the tent.
Yeah.
So
all right.
Yeah.
Well, appreciate it. Have a great rest of your summer.
Good to see you.
And,
you too.
Good luck with the Black Bears come
Thanks
school
for
time.
having me.
All right.
Awesome. Thank
Coach
you.
Ben Barr joining us here on The Drive. All right, Mark, where are we at schedule-wise here? I've been trying to maintain some proximity to the rundown that you gave us.
We are right on time here. We got a break for a sports center and a weather, do some Sox props coming up next, wrap it up from up there in Orono.
All right, sounds good. The Drive brought to you by your local family-owned McDonald's on Main Street and Union Street in Bangor and Wilson Street in Brewer. An August incentive at your local family-owned McDonald's. Download and set up the McDonald's app for the first time and get a Big Mac for free with any purchase of $1 or more. Don't forget to put the Big Mac in your card. And, hey, Bigfoot fans, Tossie's Checkout is calling all Sasquatch seekers to the second annual Glenburn Sasquatch Calling Contest, Saturday, August 29th from 1 to 5 p.m. at 1492 Pushar Road in Glenburn. Win a $100 cash prize, compete for legendary bragging rights, and it's free to enter. Bring your crew, bring your call. We'll see you at Tossie's again on August 29th from 1 to 5 for the second annual Glenburn Sasquatch Calling Contest. All right, we'll take a break. We'll be back with a Sports Center weather forecast, some Sox props, and much more coming your way here on The Drive. All right, welcome back to The Drive. Jim Churchill at Orono Brewing Company, 61 Margin Street in Orono. Great crowd here tonight, enjoying a slightly dropping temperature, but still very warm. Obviously, outside, I heard you say a low of 68, Mark.
Yeah, I don't like seeing the numbers that high overnight. I like when they get down into the 50s, into some nice, good sleeping weather.
Yeah, well, it's this. I'm not saying it's the last gasp of the summer, but we're getting close to that with these kind of temperatures and humidity. But I'll take it while we can. January will be here too soon, so I'm going to enjoy the warmth while I can here. I do want to mention coming up tomorrow now at Ricky Craven Speedway, it is the Tim's Plumbing 100, one of our great sponsors, Tim's Plumbing, here on The Drive and on the ticket. Tim's Plumbing 100 features the Darlings Pro Stock Series and $4,000 to the winner. It's one of the biggest nights of the season. bring out the family and experience the excitement with the Tim's Plumbing 100 at Ricky Craven Speedway on Saturday. And I know you had Tim and Ricky on the show yesterday with you and Ernie.
Yeah, very thankful that my booth out there, I'll have a heat pump at my disposal tomorrow, because you know me, I would be a puddle out there on Saturdays.
Goodness, you would literally melt. It would be something to see. So glad to hear that, Mark, because we're going to need you next week. So
yes, got a busy, 3-day week, isn't it? I started off saying busy, and then I remembered, the Red Sox interrupt us there for a day.
Our summer of fun and days off is also going to be coming to an end here shortly, right after Labor Day. But next week, due to the Red Sox, they're playing at Toronto on Thursday, so no chance of that game getting rained out under the dome up in Toronto. Could be open. Could be a beautiful day in Toronto. But so that one will preempt the drive, and then Friday was one of our planned Fridays off for the summer. Wednesday, we will be at Hero Sports Grill and Entertainment Center. And on Monday morning, should mention this, in our Red Sox ticket sweepstakes, the morning roast on Monday will be giving away the 4 tickets to our second game in the sweepstakes. That is the August 17th game against the Diamondbacks. What are we up to in the old Red Sox bucket as far as entries, Mark?
Oh, we are just shy of 100. So, I mean, if they wanted to send that cue to call out one more time Monday morning before they drew it out of the bucket, I'm sure they could tip it over the century mark there. Derek from Bangor at last night's game, I hope he hung in for the whole thing, 12 innings. Because can you imagine if he took off somewhere in the middle and then missed potentially the game of the summer there?
Yeah, we'll have to see if we can get Derek on the phone and see if he, first of all, did stay, and then talk about the atmosphere at Fenway in that 13-inning win, right?
Yeah, we'll have to maybe see if we can get him on Monday to check in and see how that was, watching that game from the view of the field box there.
All right, speaking of the Red Sox, we got to do a prop.
Yeah, I'm looking at the lineup tonight because the A's are just atrocious when it comes to pitching. They have had everything. The wheels have just fallen off this wagon. 7-32 over their last 39 games. That's a 180 clip that they're bringing in tonight. And the guy on the mound for them, Jack Perkins, 2-7 with a 6.72 ERA. So I'm looking at either Caleb Durbin or Andrew Monasterio for 2+ hits plus runs plus RBI, because they do that basically every night during this stretch with the way the two of them are hitting. Durbin, since May 24th, when he was batting $163, 1 home runs and 16 RBIs, 312 with 10 homers and 35 RBI in 59 games, 3 for 6 with the game-winning RBI was his showing last night. As for Monasterio, he had another double, two more doubles, I should say, and a pair of RBI last night. He's hitting .345 with 16 RBI and 15 extra base hits since the start of July.
When is that? What did Cinderella? What was she in? What did they call it? I know it turned into a pumpkin, but
the ball when it struck midnight. You mean the glass slipper and everything? Yeah, that's when the pumpkin would come in.
But it was I can't think of what she was riding in after it.
Was it not a chariot?
Before it turned into
I thought that was a chariot.
Well, maybe it was.
I feel like going down to Storyland as a kid, you'd climb into the pumpkin chariot that they had there for that reason.
Okay. All right. It was a chariot. That's what came to mind. But, I mean, do you fear with these guys like Monasterio and, I know Sogard's been batting leadoff in many games, and Siegler, who am I missing here, who's contributed to this run, guys you would not expect to be part of a team as successful as the Red Sox certainly are right now. Do you worry about that chariot for those guys turning into a pumpkin?
Yeah, I mean, some of them. Like, Sogard he's great. He's a spark plug during the regular season, but he's not exactly a guy I want batting leadoff in the playoffs. It sounds like Anthony, yesterday he took BP live for the first time off an arm. Wow. Today he was hitting off a machine, and apparently the swings are very encouraging. The way that Chad Tracy's starting to talk about him all of a sudden, sounds like he might not be the farthest away from a rehab assignment. So if they get him back, park him at the top of the lineup. And then, I mean, you still got to wait and see as to what Curtis Meade can produce when he comes back from a broken wrist. But you put those two guys in the lineup, not even mentioning the biggest addition at the deadline, which is Adley Rutschman, still waiting to see him in another week to 10 days' time. Those three guys take care of the potential pumpkins that we're talking about.
Right. So you'd have Rushman behind the plate, Contreras at first, Durbin at second.
Nah, I think they would still stick Meade over there because that was the plan when you traded for him, that he was going to play second.
Okay. And then, wow, what if they brought up Franklin Arias?
Yeah, I know. It's, again, we go from pumpkins to boppers real quick.
Wow. I mean, he may force the issue here, the way he's performing. Oh, we know how he performed in Portland, but he has not stopped since going to Worcester. He's got 3 homers already. I think he said 12 RBIs, batting well over 300. So he may be pushing on that door. We'll see if he can break through. But that would really turn the temperature up on this team and the excitement. Just having a player, I believe you mentioned he's now number 2 on somebody's list. As
Baseball
far as
America
prospects. But yeah, and then you have Anthony, I would say, DHing.
Oh yeah,
primarily.
Definitely. And then all of a sudden, like, Jarren Duran's your number 9 hitter, and he's got 20 homers and 80 RBI and 25 steals at the bottom of the lineup, and we're looking at this thing at the start of October like, hang on a second. We were complaining about this lineup for the first 100 games of the season, it seemed, and all of a sudden I'm looking at something that could be pretty deep.
I mean, this would be. I wouldn't rank with the 2014, but it might be second out of that group of 5 if it happened. Obviously, we're getting way ahead of ourselves here, but if it happened, I think you'd have to put it number 2, based upon how the thing just turned around.
Yeah.
On a dime.
The first 80 was so bad. The season was over. They were just playing out the string. They were dead in the water, and then you just flip it with 1 run that is now running up against the history books. We're encroaching on greatest runs in baseball history at this point, talking about 31 out of 36 and the 9 consecutive sweeps. And I mean, I don't want to get ahead of it. I'll knock on wood, but the team you're playing this weekend, again, has won just 7 times in their last 39 games. You should be looking at 10 straight series victories.
Yeah, and I don't know. There's probably somebody who's a little bit better somewhere, somehow, maybe in the early 1900s or something. But I know Detroit started a season 35-5.
Yeah, they came out of the gate with one like that.
Yeah. But, yeah, quite a run the Red Sox are on. And as Mark mentioned, Athletics in town, 45-70 overall, but horrendous over their last 40 games or so, and taking on the Red Sox, who are now 12 games over 500. So the low mark was 14 games under, correct?
Yep, back when this all started on June 18th. And not only that, so they were 14 games under 500 this year. They were also 10 games under 500 at Fenway at one point. If you win tonight, you're back to 500 at home this season.
Wow. Yeah, everything's pointing in the right direction right now. We'll see if the Red Sox can continue it. So they got the A's at home, then they're on the road. I mentioned Toronto next week. I mean, do you see any threats on that schedule, any serious threats? Toronto obviously having a very tough season.
After Toronto, they go to Pittsburgh, which has been a solid team this year, hanging out in the NL wildcard hunt, right around 500. After that, you got the Diamondbacks, kind of same thing right there. And then you got the Giants, who have been a real disappointment this year. Rafael Devers has turned his season around from a power standpoint, but they also were big sellers at the deadline, so you can't imagine that's going to be a tough series. They actually have 4 straight interleague series after they play the Blue Jays next week. Pittsburgh, Arizona, San Francisco, and the Marlins. And historically, the Red Sox are the best interleague team out there, so the schedule is just lining up for them.
So there's 63, so 25 more wins gets them to my prediction. So if they're, what do they got, 48 games left?
Yep.
So 48 games left, that would be 25-23. But after listening to that schedule, they're going to be, and you said 90 wins, right?
91. So I need 28, okay. Like 28 and 19 the rest of the way, but that's doable. 29 and 19, whatever.
With the way they're playing, with reinforcements coming and the schedule, they're going to. What if this team? No, they can't. They can't win 100 games. Well, they can. Of course they can. They've only lost 51, so they can win. What if this team won 100 games? What if they're
playing at an 8-10 clip for the last 42, so it's not insane to think. It just seems crazy to say.
So they would have to go 37-11
which is the clip they're on right now at 34-8.
Yeah.
That would be 3-3 beyond the current mark.
And they'd be 162. Who would have thought we'd be talking about this stuff, I don't know, a month and a half ago.
And after those 4 straight interleague series following the Blue Jays, that leads right into a 4-game series against the Yankees to end the month of August.
What just popped into my head was that video, I think you probably put it on our text chain, of the fans chanting, sell the team, and John Henry looking down. And
oh, boy, is he giggling now. Is he ever giggling?
But the problem I have with this is, like, we always had faith in this group. I know you did at the beginning of the year, but a couple months in, I'm not sure you did. But
no, for the ownership group to say they had faith, I think they let Craig Breslow fire Alex Cora because they thought that would make firing Craig Breslow easier when he was kind of the lame duck at the end of the year. That's how I saw their handling of the business.
Yeah, I wonder what Alex thinks about this whole thing.
Probably not still happy.
No, probably not. All right, so the Sox prop you have chosen is?
We got a 2-sided coin here. Durbin on one side, Mona on the other. Either of those players calling your name? If not, I'll go with Durbin because he's been the better player for 2 months.
Yep.
All right,
Makes
Caleb
sense.
Durbin, 2+ hits, runs, and RBI tonight.
There you go. All right, putting the wraps on this Friday edition of The Drive. Had a great time here at Orono Brewing Company, 61 Margin Street here in Orono. And thanks to one of the owners, Abe Firth, for joining us at the top of The Drive at 5. We were also joined by Ben Barr here at our broadcast station at Orono Brewing Company, and Chris Markwood, UMaine men's basketball coach, and of course Ben Barr, UMaine men's ice hockey coach, and Pete Abraham joined Mark on the Heroes Hotline. Mark, I need to get into the air conditioning of my vehicle as soon as possible.
Yeah, I am not jealous of having to miss out on this one today, having to be back here in the AC studio.
Yeah, the people I feel the worst for here, the band, they've been setting up off to the right here on the stage, and one guy's been here for a while, and he's suffering in the heat right now.
He's done his work. Set up the stage and just start kicking back the brews. That's how you got to try to win the night back.
That's it indeed. All right, everybody, enjoy your weekend. Again, next week, The Drive will be on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Wednesday from Heroes. And a reminder, the roast will be on 4 days next week, Monday through Thursday from 6 to 8 a.m. And on Monday, the second drawing in the Red Sox ticket sweepstakes coming on the Morning Roast.